Yes, indeed. Welcome back, and sort of gurgling along those lines to the next episode in this No Shield series of Dark Souls. I am currently going to try and do this thing by commenting at the time rather than recording what I'm doing and then talking over the top. I thought that might make things more interesting, especially as I run out of things to kind of give exposition about the game mechanics and so on. Yeah, I'll be trying that. Also means, hopeful plus, I don't have to record an audio track separately and then mess around for ages to try and combine the two. So kind of process improvement there, as I can let XSplit do all the work, which sounds like a bonus. So, literally, we've just come back from the end of the last video, and I think there was some killing of the Bell Tower Gargoyles, and have the remains of the XP that I didn't spend on a Purging Stone and an Indictment, so I think we might do some levelling up. Now, I have some faith. I'm actually kind of tempted to go back. I'm going to go back to filing quickly, just because I'd like to see how much faith I'm going to need for the next level of stuff from that guy. I know I need, is it 20, 25 faith to get anything really significant in terms of faith upgradeness. So leisurely wander through here. Literally just picked up this controller after being away for some considerable time, so this may be somewhat inept as a playthrough. That was definitely lacking in shit, ineptness. On the other hand, you've got to love a good backstab, really, haven't you? It's what makes this game worthwhile. Right. Next dance, please. Oh, let's try and parry him. That went well. And he comes in for the stab. Misses drastically. Okay, that was awful. See, I really need to do something about this inability to parry with this weapon. I think I need to parry earlier. Yes. Excuse me. So that's it. I need to parry before. This is what I was beginning to think watching back my own videos, so recording is almost handy. I actually was I was watching myself back in slow motion because I was kind of interested to see where in my animation cycle I actually parried, where the parry animation actually kicked in and where I got the that you get when parrying, that you can follow by stabbing them in the face repeatedly. So that's good to know. And filing without too much ado other than massive Estus wastage and so on, but it's all good. And we have a ghost of a guy here. You get this online. This is just an online feature. You see ghosts of people and their amusing deaths.
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume? Yes, I know.
Yes, I'm afraid you are a bit of a one-trick pony, old chap. Seek guidance. Well, I shan't be buying that because it's shit. I have enough unhelpful messages saying jump. Thanks very much. And most of the obvious secrets I've found, and most of the non-obvious ones, you know, someone saying need up isn't really going to help me discover them anyway. So Great Heal Excerpt would be 14 faith, but it takes up a slot. Is it any good? I don't know. I've never bought it before. I think it's almost tempting to do is to get Pyromancy, because Pyromancy rocks, and I kind of have to go past the Pyromancy guy anyway, and it's just another XP sink. But there is the thing where that seems like it might be a bit of a cheaty kind of option, because it's not technically, yes, that is a no shield playthrough. If you fireball everyone, then you're not using a shield. That would be true. But I'm not quite convinced if that... I don't know, is that in the spirit of this? You tell me, I don't know. It doesn't quite seem like it is, but on the other hand, it doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So, Force, yeah, I've seen people use it in PvP, okay. You can apparently use it to reflect arrows. I've seen people knocking arrows aside with it, but, you know, jumping out of the way, pretty good. Doesn't consume slots, and knockback could be kind of handy, but I'm guessing it isn't going to work against anything that's actually notably difficult because large, so, or at least, you know, because reasons. So yeah, Homeward, I've got Homeward Bones, I mean, okay, it saves me 500 souls. Yeah. So in order to do this properly, I mean, really the next faith upgrades, I think, come from a lady who you rescue from somewhere very unpleasant. I think she's in the catacombs, if I recall. Though you then have to actually go see her pretty pronto, otherwise plot happens to her, which is very unfortunate. Especially if you actually really like faith and healing magic. Screw it, I don't care.
Come again?
Thank you, come again. I think we shall just go and bonfire up from our increased Estus bonfire. Now I did attune my heal last time, so I can actually heal now. Staggering. And we'll do some leveling. Now I do need strength and dex. I'm really not sure in terms of weaponry what the heck I'm going to end up with. I should probably choose, really, because you can't just. And yeah, you can do a really nice. And if you're going to put enough levels into it, you know. Stat scaling, by the way, putting points into stats works really well as far as bonuses go until about the 14 mark, at which point the scaling drops off dramatically. It's just diminishing returns, really. Though some weapons actually have, and armor, shields, etc., have requirements like strength 50, in which case you're going to have to put more in, but really not necessarily worth putting points into scaling up beyond 40 unless you have a good reason. On the other hand, getting 40, 40, 40, 40 in notable stats is going to take you that many levels, which is, you know, quite a lot. I'm not going to be that high level before I finish the game, so I'm really thinking about this playthrough primarily. So, yeah, I was going to have a look at my weapons. So, looking at this screen, excuse me, another mechanic that I didn't go into is stat scaling. Now, if you gander at the parameter bonus fields on the screen here, sort of bottom left, you can see that there are C's against a muscle and a hand. That indicates that there's fairly okay scaling with both strength, the first one, and dexterity, the next one. After that you've got intelligence and faith scaling that mostly apply to magic weapons or to talismans, that sort of thing. Now, the scaling, logically, as you'd expect, kind of goes A, B, C, D, E, A being the highest, except that there's actually S as well, and S is really the highest. So S is kind of, I don't know, superb, splendid, statistically unlikely. I'm not quite sure what the S stands for. So, yeah, A would be the next best, B, C, D, E. C is sort of fine. It's not going to be great, frankly. It's going to be okay. Yeah, I mean, normally I would put a few points into strength so I can wield my favourite great shield, which is the Eagle Shield, and you can pick that up in a very grim area that I'm either going to play through properly this session, or I'm going to skip to the shortcuts and go around the back and skip a load of unpleasant mobs. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet. But of course I won't be using a shield, so no point in that anyway. And in terms of armour, I don't know, I mean, obviously armour doesn't scale. I don't know what I'm going to end up wanting using. I mean, there's a set I really like at the end of the game, which I might use in New Game Plus if I were to continue this character. The Paladin set is my favourite. That means you do have to kill Leroy in order to get it, and that means you have to be human in the area below the catacombs when Leroy shows up, and then when you fight one of the boss guys at the bottom of there, then you can pick up the Paladin set that you have to quit and reload, blah blah, etc. blah, wiki, etc. You can discover this stuff. Somebody obviously did, and they wrote it down, so we don't have to. Yay! So in short, not sure what the hell to buy. I am still at a level where I can sink points into vitality and endurance without feeling bad. And so frankly, that. Yes, good. Well, that solved a dilemma. So now I really want to get back to the... Unfortunately, the bonfire you've seen many, many times. Well, I want to get back there once I've opened the shortcuts. I'm just thinking my way around the geography here in an inept fashion. So I need to get back to the Dragon Bridge, and it's probably going to be easiest. foreshadowing snoring sound. I wonder what it could be. I think we'll go this way. So, and that was pretty decisive. I bet you're glad that I'm recording this in real time now, rather than skipping over that bit. That was probably the slowest level up in the history of the world. Now I could, for completion's sake, actually go back here and pick up the guys I haven't taken out. So these are the guys I didn't fight when I came through the portcullis. In fact, I'm not even convinced that I opened the portcullis this time around. So let's try and pull one in the spirit of being dumb and attacking things that we don't need to. I'm not actually going to shoot them, because if you do that, you normally get the wrong one. Or, as in this case, two, which would suck. Okay, so this is going to be bad. Yeah, so attacking those guys, really not my smartest maneuver. Yes, that worked well. Slight drawback. Apart from getting shot, which obviously comes with its own drawbacks. I'm not sure this is an entirely legit way to kill these guys. It's certainly not the most stylish. On the other hand, that wasn't badly timed, if I do say so myself. And let's face it, no one else is going to. Okay, so we've got one ass hand waiting for us up there. I'm gonna go down here and hope we just get one. I like just getting one. I'm secretly very pleased with that, because that swing is a bastard to time against, so I think we'll put that down to luck. Okay, so as we both try the same maneuver. Okay, so he's having a moment, which obviously I'm going to take advantage of, because now let's see if we can get him to shield bash us, ideally. Okay, fine. Make it easy for me. Just make it easy for me. I really have no idea how the end of this game is going to go, frankly, with my abilities and no shield. It could go either way. Excuse me. But by either way I mean badly. I don't want a firebomb. Well, I kind of do want a firebomb, but, you know. Thank you. Titanite shard. What a nice man. I take back all previous comments, apart from those about him being a git. Now the running, I think, is those, the mass of undead upstairs, so we can safely ignore that. Yes, if you come through here the first time, if you end up anywhere around here, you'll pull the first guy quite easily, who's standing actually behind the door here. Equally, if you wander up here and shoot this guy that you'll be able to see up here, one of the guys we just killed, you get the one on the left as well. So this entrance isn't the best way to attack from. That said, clearly the way I was doing it wasn't particularly valuable either. So this is the area we dodged before. And again, bad angle. Really not the best angle, this. I'm just gonna knife this guy and bring him in. Though I think that's probably going to encourage some help from various quarters, but hopefully not from the pig is the main thing. That giant boar thing I do want to face, but are they bright enough to jump down if I stand behind a wall? Nope. These are not the brightest guys in the world. Maybe they are. Perhaps they are smart enough. Ow. Not to jump down. Oh shit! Okay, so now we have a problem. Okay, that was kinda bad. What this needs is firebombs. Actually, what this needs is healing for the win. Excuse the crackling there. Okay, so he's susceptible to fire, but not notably that kind of fire. I really don't want to mess with this pig in this fashion. It's not a good pig messing technique. Let's go the other way. Sadly too predictable. Well, I say too predictable. Actually, the predictability is about the only thing that makes these guys killable at all. And round here. See, normally, I mean, in many sensible playthroughs. Ow. What is going on here? Never mind. You see, normally this fight is perfectly safe, but I have had one occasion where I've come down here this way, and I've ended up pulling this guy, who I don't need to kill because all he's guarding is a shield, which I don't need. And normally you would come in through this way, but we can. Stop trying to shoot me. It's rude, frankly. Don't fall off. Oh shit. So that was pretty expert, I thought. Ooh, alluring skulls. And I could use those. Oh, hello. Stop it. Stop making with what you're doing. Oh, hello. This isn't the quick way through. I think we've established that now. Right. So what we want here is a pig and a barbecue, really, which I don't think we're going to get as easily as I hoped, to be fair. When I say we, I kind of mean I. Jesus. That seems very unsporting. I mean, I was behind a wall. I know walls don't mean as much in this game as in many games when walls are generally solid. Okay. That guy's pissing me off now. But he's dead, so that's good. Now, I've never found a particularly good use for alluring skulls, so I'm thinking we just uselessly burn them here, frankly. They're supposed to be effective against various types of mobs, but I mean, I very rarely even do anything with them. Yes, that worked really well, I thought. Yep. As you can see, definitely an effective item. Oh, okay, there we go. That's one annoyed piggy. Plunging attack! Thank God for that. Well, it was very considerate of him to walk under me. I think that goes down in history as very considerate. And making with the stab. Oh. Fair enough. Oh, come on. None of that. Yeah, bloodstains, another multiplayer feature. We can see what this guy did. Which appears to be to take 2 swings and then die embarrassingly. I'm not sure whether they just record the embarrassing deaths or the really brief ones, or whether they happen at, you know, just certain key points. So, this was where I was trying to go, which is good. Now I could just have gone a much easier route, but obviously that would be, you know, easy and sensible. So those things have not occurred. This is the way. That'll be the dragon to start. This way through is what actually leads to... Oh, I do not want to fight that guy on this bit without a shield. What am I doing? But if you go that way, you can avoid the dragon bridge. This little section, I think you've probably seen, once you've kicked down this ladder here. Yes, thank you. I wasn't actually looking to read your dumbass message. There we go. Yeah, it connects to this bonfire. So this would be the way to go through. And we're going to be back down here shortly. This is a bit of a tangent, this little excursion so far. So I suspect this episode we're probably going to clear our way to the next boss, which is the Capra Demon. And maybe next episode... Okay, this is probably going to hurt me a lot. Okay, delayed reaction. Yeah, he's just... He has a thing against me running in directions, that guy, and he's not a fan. My mistake, I think, was trying to get out of the way of the first fire by hiding behind this wall, because that just aggravates him. I mean, you know. If I had any fire protective gear, I'd probably wear it. Yeah, see, that's a rather more useful way of getting through there. Screw you, flame guy. Right. So, to the next stage. Now we picked up this key automatically, and I don't think we could have master keyed our way through anyway here, but we got this from one of the bosses, I forget which, but we did. I think it was from, well, one of the bosses that we've done so far. Now this section takes us to, this is the Lower Undead Burg. It's a bit of a total bastard. It's this way. This is a handy little shortcut which I'm going to open. And I may actually open and fight here, because that will avoid Actually, no, I don't need to avoid a run back, because all I can do is just go up the ladder. And in fact, I'm at the right bonfire, so this, you might recognise this from the other side. This is the little group who you've seen me kill about 1 billion times. So, we're not going to bother with them. Hopefully I haven't antagonised any of them. Because if so, they'd come and join the fight, and that would be annoying, because it would be kind of fatal. I also have rather more XP than I'd planned on at this point. Now, I really shouldn't have done that. So what we got here is a set of total bastard canines. Want a better word? I should have remembered their double jump there. Yeah, so that's bad. I don't see this ending well for our hero. Let's rely on fluke, shall we? So I'm probably going to get poisoned to death here. Or we might unexpectedly win. I mean, that's always a possibility, I suppose. That was excruciatingly lucky and entirely without skill. No, don't do that, 007. Good God, I suck. Right. So, 2 dogs down. Ineptitude. Definitely the way forward, clearly. Now, there is 1 remaining dog. So, he's going to do a jump, and then he's going to do another jump. And he did another jump, which is exceptionally irritating. Thankfully, with an upgraded weapon. Yeah, so... excuse me. That is something you'll notice with those guys. It's just one of the patterns that you get is they do their little initial jump and the second one, which I did notice the first time while I was busy getting savaged and being incompetent. But I didn't successfully do anything about. So there's several things we can do here. If we had a key...
Please let me out of here.
And I
Somebody,
don't
anybody,
know if I can use the
help
master
me.
key for this.
Unlock the door. Damn.
Let's find out.
I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
Let's find out. No. Yeah, so if I'd bought a key, which you can pick up from the first vendor, I could open that door and save a guy with heroic heroism. As it is. With a shield, this little section is fine. Without, I'm not anticipating loveliness. They do have flaming torches, emphasis on the flame. Kinda tempting just to... well, actually no, I might want to save them. I was going to firebomb him, but on the other hand, I suspect I'll probably want those. Because what I want is this. Because that twin is 2 humanities. Now, if you use it, you get both. Obviously, because it's like twin and so on. So here, it's a trap. It's a very nasty trap. In fact, now if I two-hand, so this is just something you see from other people doing this section, frankly. There's a guy behind that door. There's a guy behind, I think it's that door, or is it that door? And essentially there's guys behind doors in these parts. And they will pop out momentarily. But, because the game is, as you saw earlier with a pig hitting me through about 6 feet of wall, somewhat cavalier in its attitude towards collision detection, you can injure people And I'm quite prepared to just take on the chin, the complete lack of skill involved there, essentially with those guys. With a shield you can play footwork and you can dance around. Without a shield I just want to get them down as fast as possible. It's just, they're total bastards. If they get behind you and they have any time, they will slit your throat. It just goes kind of grim. Now if I was looking for an easy parrying weapon, that mail breaker is allegedly good. It doesn't scale particularly, it does poor quality damage, but I'm told, and it's reasonable length. I'm still not quite sure how the lengths affect parrying, but certainly when I've had weapons of different lengths, I've had a job doing a parry and riposte. Certainly if the parry weapon is longer than the main weapon, which I assume is just because you can't riposte, because you can't reach them. So that's got a sort of shield length parry. See, I don't know if that's too cheesy because it's kind of designed for parrying. I shall courageously stick with my scimitar, I think. Because it seems like the manly thing to do. So heading down here, and you can probably almost see, you probably can't quite see, there's a grey door at the end which is the next boss. I want that dog, because there's two dogs down there, and I want this dog before we hit the next little sequence of unpleasantness. Okay, now we have no stamina. Slight drawback. Okay, so this is going to be a series of inept exchanges. This is where I wish I had a faster weapon. But Fido loses. Now, if I had things like precision and so forth, I mean, what you'd normally do here is go down here and then beat these guys using talent. I'm kind of thinking that large explosives might be a way forward. It's either that or run absolutely past everything as quickly as possible. But there is a dog down there, which is a slight drawback. So let's do it in a manly fashion. Why say manly? Okay, we got one left. Shit. So he parried me very effectively there, but I got off surprisingly lightly. However, one of my flailing parries finished him off nicely. So I'm considering that utter success, frankly. That could have gone far worse. Right, let's just deal with Fido. Believe it or not, that was actually semi-deliberate. Just the timing there. Okay, so example of something I mentioned in a previous video, that's all the starting thief gear. So if you kill enough of these thieves, they will eventually drop a bandit knife, which is the starting thief weapon, and is a fantastic weapon, by the way. It's got superb backstab and riposte. It's got great crit damage, essentially. It's a lousy weapon in straight-up fights. It's not great in boss fights. I have killed a number of bosses with it, with some upgrades in another playthrough, as a thief, oddly enough. But yeah, you see you can chop and change classes. And it quite literally. This guy, I think I'm just going to knife to death. Because I don't think... Okay. He is actually going to do stuff. That's disappointing. But he's not going to do it very quickly. Shit. Okay, that was fine. That was fine. We got some hollow thief armor. Right, so what I'm doing around here is I'm opening the other shortcut. So we did open one shortcut, which I was going to use if I got killed by those dogs or thieves, because frankly I was seriously expecting it. But that didn't happen, so this is going to open another shortcut. This game is full of shortcuts. Oh dear. This gives us access to a rather handy vendor, and access from Firelink Shrine direct to this area. So here's a vendor. Very quiet vendor. Obviously going to be spending those souls on amplifier. So, very handy stuff here. If you don't want to farm these mosses, which you can from the Darkroot Garden, this removes toxin, blooming purple moss clump. Great item to have lying around. Reducing poison? Yeah, yeah, it is handy actually. There's a couple of places where that's handy, and actually, if I don't have any, what do I have? It's a humdrum lad I am. Yes, it's quite true. So what do we have? I got my purging stone. I don't have any mosses. Why would I have mosses? I haven't actually been, I haven't actually killed anything in the Darkroot Garden. So, this probably seems insane, but I'm going to buy 2 of those, and I'm just going to blow everything on that, frankly. Or is that a stupid plan? It'll save me some farming. Thing is, poison cures are really invaluable in one particular area. So, yeah, what the hell? What the hell? So she's happy. That's kind of a expedience thing. It's actually quite a lot of XP, but I mean, I could realistically, that's only a couple of levels. Even though it seems like a lot, the cost of a level's worth of XP has gone up so much. No humanity from the rats. Well, that's fine. That's fine, and I really need to get all that stuff off my quick bar. Right. And the little familiar set of undead. So good at hitting walls, this sword. So I'm going down here purely because when you die, you respawn at the last bonfire that you encountered. And I want this to be the one I respawn at, because the shortcut's now open. Not that I'm expecting massive Capra Demon death or anything. At all. Not at all. Right, so back to good heals. And looking good on Estus. I would definitely recommend this if fighting the... Whoa, that was a bit close. When fighting the Capra Demon. Now hopefully... Oh dear. It's all gone wrong! Yeah, see, normally that guy's really obliging, and I was just trying to save time. He quite frequently just jumps over you, which is really handy. But I should have just stabbed everyone up, really. It is called Dark Souls, not Dark Tourism. Not Dark Lack of XP. You don't need to kill everyone. There's a whole 300 souls here I can pick up. Shit. Total misfail. Let me guess, that's some dumb armor I don't want. Oh, it's a firebomb. How oddly appropriate. Right in the ankle. That's gotta hurt. No humanity, but that's fine. If you do get short on humanity, as I said before, rats, very good source of it. There are items you can equip that will give you better magic find, essentially in kind of Diablo terms. But with or without it, killing a bunch of rats won't net you a lot of XP, but it will. I may as well jettison this XP actually. Prism stone, I don't think so. I'll just do. I could buy a charcoal pine resin. Why not? So those are spot enchants you can apply to non-enchanted weapons. That will give you, I think it's 30 seconds or a minute of, in this case, fire damage. I think it was fire damage. Charcoal, sounds plausible. Yep, gold pine resin I picked up earlier on, that's lightning damage. So many things in this game susceptible to lightning. Oh, please. I see. Yes. Very good. And hopefully that's a knife. Not that I need it, but it's just a nice drop. Crap. Okay, so sometimes you'll hear those dogs trigger at that sort of stage. Oh dear. That's fatal. Yeah. It does happen. Again, with a shield, no problem. I think it's just a glitch, really. Because most of the time, that doesn't happen, and you can walk up, pick them one at a time, and have a reasonable chance of taking them on. I'm going to try and leg it past heroically again, because why not? And get stabbed and set on fire. Kill that one guy. And leg it on through. So if I had an upgraded bow or something sensible, I could probably eliminate these next two thieves rather more easily. But we'll have to go for the stabbing. And stabbing is a nice directness to it. Ow. That chafed somewhat. Okay, so he's going to throw knives at me. That's fine. That hurt you more than it hurt me. So that little bar you can probably see depleting in the middle of the screen is the poison meter. Dogs and thieves both have poisonous attacks. And if that fills up the full, you will get poisoned, which is very unpleasant because you generally just then lose health for a long period and have to keep drinking Estus flasks, otherwise you'll die. Now this is what's supposed to happen. Come on. That's what we want. Messy, but not particularly concerned about messy. So, Capra Demon. This fight, first few times you do it, you know, if you want to try it yourself, I would advise looking away for the rest of this video and possibly the next one, depending on how long it takes me, because there is one way to do this, and it is not obvious, but it really isn't too bad. I will now demonstrate how to do it badly, I suspect. So, here we go. So we're going to get mobbed as soon as we walk through the door, and we're going to jump past, and run up the stairs. Run down here, try and kill the dogs. That went badly. Oh shit. Now we're dead. Okay, this could be worse. Oh dear. Yep, it's worse. That's fine. Right. Yeah, so that's what's supposed to happen, is he's supposed to follow you around this little stupid cycle. And then what we're supposed to do, except that didn't actually do as much damage as I'd hoped it would, is keep doing this little cycle. So the critical thing in this fight is killing the dogs, the initial jump to the right of the Capra Demon, and you want him to jump off, and then you're just going to try and catch him if he doesn't follow you, and sometimes he'll follow you and sometimes he won't. He does have an annoying feature sometimes of getting halfway up here and jumping you. Best to roll, or anything remarkably like rolling at that point, because if he hits you on the way past, which he generally will because his hitbox is quite large, it can hurt. It probably won't kill you, but there's a probably in that. Okay. Oh dear. This is not what I wanted to happen. I'm actually quite surprised I got away with that. Only because my micro-managing this guy is relatively poor quality. We managed to get away with that. It's quite easy to get hit by him on the stairs as well, so it's worth watching what he's doing. You might need a roll as he comes up the stairs, and he is here. Good. Don't want to back off too far because we want him down here. Come on, chap. There we go. There's a good Capra Demon. Now he is going to follow me again. We're just going to go around the houses until... Oh. Also not very nice. So he's going to follow me again, isn't he? I spent too long there. Okay. That was not the best plunging attack. Kinda hoping he'll come back. No, he's going to follow me. Now if you had a bow, you could probably shoot him at this point. Is he going to leap? Yep. Okay, he's just going to leap that way, so he's not going to be succeeding that. Please don't come down there. Come down here. You kind of want to path him, if you have to, head towards that iron grating he's standing in front of, because you don't want him deciding that the shortest route to you is up the stairs, because he'll go up the stairs. And if you want to go up the stairs, there's going to be a queue, frankly, and he's not the sort of chap to keep to the left. Just going to hog the stairway. It's just rude, frankly. It's just blatantly rude. And jump T. Right, let's try, and okay, bad plunging attack. Stuck behind Capra Demon. Risk going up the stairs. Come on. That's not where I want you. Right. I'd kind of like to do him some decent damage, so I'd like him slightly out of there, but not very much. Kind of like that is what I was after, really, although... Okay, that was lousy and could be fatal. With big hitbox enemies, even if I don't think they're going to hit me, if it's possible, and you've got the stamina to roll, rolling never a terrible plan. If you've got the cojones, you can... cojones, he said, in a very English fashion. Then you can take this guy on a straight up fight. I mean, it's doable. I'm not going to try it. I know my limits. I'm thinking he should die now. Okay, yeah, so that was 19 times more effective than the first time I tried it. Not very much XP, but he's obviously not a very impressive boss, but he is an absolute bastard. Yeah, we picked up the key to the next area, which is important, some humanity, which is handy, homeward bone, and a few souls, and generally, I would call that total success. Yeah, so pretty good. Now, at this point, because we came up this shortcut route, you've got to go down here eventually to the next area anyway. So, we've kind of made things a bit easier for ourselves there. Now I should really go back and spend these souls. It isn't that far to the next bonfire, so I may not do that. I may just hang around here. And therefore, I'll probably call this video to an end at this point, as it's been pretty long already. So, that was a boss down. Next time, we shall head into the depths and proceed to my favourite boss in the game. I love this next boss. Definitely going to be a spoiler video though. This is one of the most stylish bosses at the end of this next video coming up. I definitely recommend perhaps skipping the next one if you want to be surprised, because it's kind of worth the surprise. Anyway, that's next time round. That's the end of this time round. Until then, until next time, see you around!